Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Smart Contact Crypto, where smart people come to contact crypto. My name is Jonathan, your rock and roll journalistic integrity guy who's been obsessed with cryptocurrency for like 2 years now. And I believe that cryptocurrency is where technology, finance, and enlightenment meet, and it can solve problems that were previously unsolvable and bring humanity together. And so that's why I do these videos here at Smart Contact. And today is going to be another five things video. And I know what you're thinking. Is that a new Cardano hat? It sure is. And we're going to be talking about five things today. Cardano is probably going to pop up. Now let's start with a quick market watch. So it's been a good week. Looking here at Bitcoin, to say the least. Um, just looking back over time, it's been a good week. The highs of the month. So Bitcoin right now is at 20,800 and change. Our most recent high was here at 22, so we're trying to see if we can get up past 22, get back to this 24 region, and then ideally get all the way back near the 30, get to these 28, 29, 30. That's the most optimistic outlook I'm seeing from a lot of very realistic analysts like Crown Crypto, from Crown's Crypto Cave, as well as Crypto Kirby. Those are two of my favorites. So I'm keeping an eye on that. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, also a good day, also a good week, really good week and month, and same kind of situation. Now let's look at the cool kid in town ever since Luna got kicked out. Our good old friend Cardano. Also having a good week, a little bit different, not it's only up 2.9, well 3 now, and still a lot going on with Cardano. It just plays by a little bit of a different drum beat. Trying to get back up to this 40. Oh, no, you look at it over here. It doesn't look the same as it does over here. Pretty much the same thing. Looks a lot higher over here, but okay. Let's see if we're trying to get back to that 50 cent at least, and then maybe up here to the up to 60 cents or so. Um, but yes, there's a lot of catalysts that could happen. And we also need to be grounded in reality. People in crypto, they can swing down, they can swing up, they can swing left, they can swing right. We are a bunch of swinging people here in crypto, like we're dancing, happy tears, sad tears, and you got to take it all very clear-headed with your open eyes because it is what it is. And if you've seen this channel before, you probably know that I believe that there will not be a gigantic reversal, to where, let's go back to Bitcoin. There's not going to be a gigantic reversal, like we saw here. There was went up crazy, then down, 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 then here went up pretty good. I don't even think we're there. Down, 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 down. And then, crazily good here, parabolic rise. And so we're waiting for the next little major parabolic rise or little parabolic rise. And either of those would be great. A lot of people are saying, the bottom's in. And so, get ready for this little thing to come next, probably. But we need to just be grounded in reality. I don't think we're just about to get another major parabolic rise, but let's look at the evidence and see what's really going on. There's not going to be, and this is the fact, there's not going to be another we're not going to see this, yay! We're not going to see that while World War III is looming. People in Russia have Bitcoin. People in all the countries have Bitcoin. There has to be some level of peace for cryptocurrency to truly thrive in the decentralized way that we're all talking about, everybody in crypto has a stake in world peace. It's as simple as that. Now, there's a lot more to it. I'm not saying that's it, but it can be. I mean, it's as simple as that. So, we're going to talk about what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. Let's not forget, in 1918, there was a Spanish flu. 100 years later, something like that happened again in 2019. And we have war in Europe and a lot of the rise of Nazism and things like that coming around. And it's almost 20, it's the 20s and 30s. That's whenever the world wars happened. So nothing good's going to happen until there's more peace. And so let's talk. We're always going to start off with Russia and Ukraine and what's going on over there. Don't worry, we're going to get to fun stuff later on, but we can't ignore this. And so let's dig in. So it looks like Russia, Ukraine, there was a swap of prisoners official. They did exchange prisoners of war, so that's good news, right? Military intelligence directorate reported 52 detainees. Sounds like a good amount. Let's see. Ukraine says Russia grain deal. No, yeah, this is where it gets really serious. Ukraine says Russia grain deal moves shows that Moscow is useless. Talking to Moscow is useless. So that's they call Ukraine the breadbasket of Europe because it has so much grain, and a lot of the fighting has to do with that grain, and it looks like the deals are not going well for the grain to be transported in a healthy way for the economy and for people's tummies to eat. Turkey's not happy about it. They say it's critical. Um, and then also, I found this pretty interesting. Um, Russia's calling out England, British involvement in the Nord Stream pipeline. The Nord Stream pipeline was a pipeline that transmitted fuel from Russia to Germany, and it was a major Russian project, and it mysteriously was attacked. This multi-billion-dollar pipeline all of a sudden had severe technical difficulties. Um, Russia says that the West did it. The West says Russia did it. And that leads me to the next thing. What is fog of war? The fog of war is the uncertainty and situational awareness experienced by participants in military operation. So we're in the fog of war. Media is definitely used in war, and so you got to keep that in mind. We don't really know for sure what's happening. You can't trust sources 100% on any side. You just get the information you can and deduce your own reasoning. And so UK denies claims its Navy personnel blew up Nord Stream pipeline. That's pretty blunt. And this is all from like the past 24 hours. And this is from AlJazeera.com. They're more global. It can be seen in Russia as well as Europe. Unlike a lot of American news sources, which aren't shown in Russia, and we're not shown any here in the United States, any Russian sources. I don't know if I agree with all that. Al Jazeera power cuts happening in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. UN wants Ukraine, Russia to extend Black Sea export deal. So it's still ongoing, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm sure you've all heard about the possible threats of nuclear attacks. Putin said to his people, and that he's not joking. So that still is ongoing. Let's hope for peace. Let's do what we can to make the world a more peaceful and better place. And keep on keeping on. Now let's get to our next story today. Oh yeah, the rest of them are actually pretty fun. I mean, there's a lot of good, a lot of bad in the world. This is mostly going to be a fun show. So UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's win was a victory for crypto, and I've got some things to say about it. Um, we had Boris Johnson, the Trump of the Trump of England. They look so similar, like Trump and Boris Johnson. Like, let's see, Trump and Boris Johnson images. I mean, look at this. I mean, what are the chances? Like, look, they became the leaders at the same time. I mean, are we in a hologram? Like, okay, but that's enough of that. So yes, he left, and then they brought Liz Truss in, who was prime minister for about 6 weeks. Um, and then she got booted out. She proposed tax cuts for the rich. England wasn't about it. They weren't, they don't like Reaganomics in Europe, so it did not pan out well for her. The pound collapsed. They booted her out, and now they got this guy in. And very, very interesting developments here. So another so basically, he's a former investment banker turned savvy politician, incredibly prolific career. At only 42, he's been in Parliament, chief secretary, and chancellor of that, and the youngest prime minister in over, but not the youngest prime minister ever, only in the past 200 years. And so, and he barely fits the age group of people who are really into crypto based on a Bank of America survey that found ages 21 to 42 are more likely to believe crypto offers the greatest opportunities for growth. So thank God he's not 43. So he does fit into that age bracket, that a strange 21 to 42 age bracket, but that's some other good news. Um, and so Cointelegraph has some interesting information. Now, we need to talk about the difference between a CBDC and why that's not really bullish for crypto, but then it also, in a way, is. So, just the fact that we're talking about digital assets and digital currencies and more, needing electronics to trade and that kind of thing, getting off of basic cash and gold and all that kind of thing, just moving towards a more digital thing and that kind of technology, that is good for CBDCs and for crypto. They do both. They grow off each other in that way. Now, they're also direct competitors, with CBDCs being the definition of centralization. The definition, that is what centralization is. It cannot be more centralized than a CBDC. And then decentralization is what we like about in crypto, to where nobody can shut it down. It's not owned by any one entity, one government, one corporation, nothing like that, or no oligarchy. So keep that in mind. And he's apparently pro both, which is healthy. Now, the World Economic Forum, they're very pro CBDC, because it gives total control over the people and the economy. You can just delete somebody's entire fortunes with a backspace button. You can reduce inflation with a backspace button. You can increase the money supply with a zero, just pressing zeros. It's quite a dystopian. Possibilities seem inevitable with a CBDC. It's already been rolled out in China. Now let's continue on. This is not going to be mainly about the CBDC aspect of it. He is pro CBDC, but he's also pro crypto. And there's another article in here. Or not, let's see, where was it? This one. And perhaps most importantly, helped formulate the Financial Service and Markets Bill, which England moved forward with this month. So let's take a look at this. The United Kingdom moved forward with the Financial Services and Markets Bill on October 25th, hardening its vision for Bitcoin and crypto digital settlements assets in the country. The suggested bill proposes a range of measures to maintain and enhance the UK's position as the global leader in financial services, ensuring the sector continues to deliver for individuals and businesses across the country. Now, England is actually a bigger deal than you might think. You're thinking like, oh, it's just this little island. It's not even as big of an economy as Germany, much less China. I mean, China's huge, much less, Russia. But no, England is different. England is like kind of the birth of finance. They really dug in and created banking as we know it. It was their idea to start selling debt. Like, okay, we have a bunch of debt. What do we do? Let's sell it, you know, and that just like doubled their money. It was brilliant. We're still using it today. And I think crypto is going to be the next step of that. We're going to figure out a way to turn this giant disaster of inflation and income inequality. Just our financial system is trash right now, and I think it's going to be somehow smoothed out with crypto over time. It has all of the ability, the decentralization of it. It can work out, and the fact that England really could pave the way. We don't need the United States, the powerhouse, to come up with this innovation. It can be led by England like it has in the past. Suggested bill proposes a range of measures to maintain and enhance UK's position. The bill reasserts UK's intention to become a global currency hub. Comments echoed by Lisa Cameron, a member of Parliament. The bill builds upon existing measures to broaden regulation to stablecoins, digital settlement assets, DSAs, as a new term. So get ready, DSA, new term. Moving away from those of crypto assets, according to the UK government, crypto assets use some form of distributed ledger technology where DSAs, include stablecoins, give their potential to develop into a widespread means of payment. The UK had previously commented on a package of measures. And so, yes, England is passing legislation, and it's not just for CBDCs. So that's the main thing to take away from that, and also that we have a new young guy in the crypto age bracket at the very, very top, the most mature pro crypto age bracket based on a Bank of America study. And it's his own words. It's my ambition to make the UK a global hub for crypto asset technology, Sunak said, as Chancellor of the Exchequer, highlighting the needs to ensure firms can invest, innovate, and scale up in this country. And so he seems like he knows what he's talking. I mean, all of that sounds right. He's saying the right things. And so to me, he kind of seems like a World Economic Forum, Justin Trudeau kind of guy, great hair, good looking, smooth talking, middle of the road kind of guy. But that's hope. It could be a lot worse. He's better than Truss, and he's going to have the ability to understand what's going on in crypto. I think people that are, over 70, I don't think they have the ability unless they really want to dig in. But if they're already famous politicians, I don't think they're going to get it. And so that's going to be what we talk about from England. Now let's move on to what everybody's talking about, and that is Elon Musk's hilarious and interesting and exciting $44 billion Twitter purchase, ending a month-long saga. So Twitter right now is worth like around $22 billion. And most likely, had Elon made no offer and then right now offered 22 billion, he might have even lowballed it. He could have bought it. So basically, he tried to get out of the $44 billion deal, and then the executives at Twitter sued him and forced him to buy it. And so he had to. And so what does he do on day one? He fires all of the people that sued him. I mean, it makes sense. I would do the same thing. Now, it didn't hurt them because they sued him, they won, and they all had clauses to where they get millions, tens of millions of dollars as golden parachutes, in the chance that they get fired, that's in their contract. And so all of that's pretty funny. Now, not the best business decision Elon Musk has made, if you look at it from that point of view, but we'll see. He's probably going to find a way to monetize it and end up making it back, hopefully with Dogecoin, if you're into crypto, um, because he has a lot of Doge. And so, yes, he finally completed the $44 billion acquisition, according to people familiar. On October 4th, Musk agreed to pay, proceed the original proposed terms. You know all about that. So let's move on and dig a little deeper. So Charles Hoskinson, so I don't know if I've told y'all, but Charles Hoskinson is a good friend of mine, good friend of the channel. Actually, twice he has communicated directly with me. I know you're thinking, what? No, you're just a small channel. Charles Hoskinson didn't communicate with you directly. Yes, he did, twice. And I've got proof. So one is, bam, look at this. So he was doing an Ask Me Anything, and I asked him, I've watched many of the crypto people talking to Congress, and by far, Charles, you did the best. Blew the entire crypto community away. He gave like a 5-minute answer. It was amazing. It was the best answer he's ever given to anybody over anything. I was so happy. I was speechless. I was honored. He was talking about how important it is, how much work he put into it, that it was the least he could do. He gave actual insight into what he thinks about Congress. It was amazing. If you get a chance, if you catch one of Charles's Ask Me Anythings, one of his AMAs, because they just pop up. He doesn't announce them or anything. He just feels like it and starts doing it. Then do it. He's awesome. They're my favorite thing. And this isn't the first time. I also asked him once if he was going to run for president, and he said no. And that one was much shorter. He just brought it up for a second. Are you going to run for president? He said no, and then went away from it. I mean, he's a smart guy. It's a smart channel. I mean, literally, it says smart and smart contact. I think it's witty, to play off smart contact. So yeah, way to go, Charles. But back to the article, though. So Charles Hoskinson invites Dogecoin to migrate to Cardano for free. So basically using ADA's blockchain technology, he wants to implement that so Doge can be used as a payment, for whatever Elon Musk wants to do with Doge. Because we know Charles Hoskinson is smart. We know that Elon has a ton of Doge. Elon Musk would be nowhere near the richest person in the world if he sold all of his Doge, or if he had no Doge. And so we would create a side chain. Here's the exact tweet. Now that Twitter is in the hands of Elon Musk, I can see a real possibility that Doge will somehow merge with the platform. And Charles has been talking about this for a while, so I definitely am rooting for it. Um, Dogecoin replaces Cardano as the sixth largest cryptocurrency. Doge's market cap currently exceeds that of Cardano, more than 120 members of the S&P 500, along with them. So that's a bit interesting. Dogecoin has been behaving more like a greyhound and less like a Shiba Inu. What is this from? CoinDesk? Oh, you can do better. What? Acting more like a greyhound and less like a Shiba Inu? I'm done with this article. Headline was enough. Dogecoin replaces Cardano as sixth largest cryptocurrency. Sorry for reading that sentence. Okay. And while we're on this, I want to also, so Doge on Mars, so Doge has been crazily pumping. We can go look back over here. Oh, yeah, I should mention that. Doge. So ever since Elon talked about, or actually when the deal went through with Dogecoin, with Twitter, CoinMar Dogecoin was under 6 cents. It was under 6 cents for days. For days. And if you know anything about crypto, anything at all, then you know that before it took off, it was right at that 5 cent mark. This is the definition of prior support. I mean, that's and so we're there again. We're there again. Even though it doesn't really look like it, because CoinMarketCap is weird. Even, all the way down here, 5 cents. 3 days ago, 5 cents. And so if you didn't buy in, then you were low IQ or just lazy or something, busy doing other things, didn't have any cash on hand. Who knows? But that would have been if you're into charts, if you're into macro, if you're into current trends, if you know anything about anything about crypto or finance or Dogecoin or Elon Musk or Twitter, then you would have known to buy here. And we of course skyrocketed. It has gone from under 6 cents up to about 15 cents in a matter of days. In fact, just today it's up 56%. And so a lot of people are saying it's going to go higher as well. Let's see, what's our market cap at right now? $18 billion, fully diluted almost completely, other than 2 million. So that is 1 million now. Man, this price volatility is cray cray. And so the reason I bring up Doge Elon Mars, which ticker is Elon, is for two things. One, it has his name on it, and they have a new website. So I actually invested in this project a long, long time ago, and I got out of it a long time ago as well. But the reason I got out of it was because it said ADA was a meme coin. And I think it was being cheeky, it's like it was saying we're not another meme coin like Shiba or this or that or Cardano, and it had that at the end. It was being cheeky. And so that's why I don't like Dodge Elon Mars. But with that ticker, it's always something to keep an eye on. So let's move past this and move towards this article I found very interesting. Elon Musk rejected FTX CEO's $15 billion offer for Twitter. Now, see, if Elon Musk probably could have bought Twitter for $15 billion if he just waited, but who knows? And now he has it, so there you go. Elon Musk rejected FTX's CEOs, and we all know Sam Bankman-Fried is under a lot of pressure right now from the crypto community. A lot of people saying that he's not about crypto, he's all about money and business. I don't know too much about it. I do know that I'm not a big fan of FTX, the exchange. I remember when all of the YouTube channels, just FTX this, FTX that, sponsored by FTX, sponsored by, they did buy crypto YouTube. And the whole time I was just like, do they really think that it's the best exchange? They have like 12 cryptocurrencies. I mean, and it's not really fun to use. But I use it. I mean, I have some NFTs on there, some Solana NFTs. It's not my main one, but it's, the way that crypto YouTube for a minute there went crazy about how it was the best in every way. I knew something was up. But anyways, let's see here. Elon Musk reportedly rejected FTX CEO's offer to $15 billion to provide financing for Twitter acquisition. He did accept Binance's money, which was $500 million, which would be 1/82nd of the deal. And so, in a series of text messages made public during Twitter lawsuit, it was disclosed representative of crypto billionaire Will McAskill had texted Musk stating that Sam Bankman-Fried is interested in purchasing it and then making it better in the world. And it's pretty interesting. So Elon Musk apparently wasn't interested, and I found this to be interesting. Elon Musk reportedly told Morgan Stanley banker Michael Grimes that blockchain Twitter isn't possible, as the bandwidth and latency requirements cannot be supported by a peer-to-peer network unless those peers are absolutely gigantic, like the song by Pixies, gigantic, gigantic. See, it's a 90s reference, a little bit more before my time, but for the rock and roll channel as well, so don't forget that. Now, unless those peers are absolutely gigantic, thus defeating the purpose of a decentralized network. So, I mean, I like that he has the idea of what a decentralized network is and that it would be ruined if all the parties were gigantic. So that's good, but blockchain Twitter isn't possible. That's not the kind of thing we like to hear from Elon Musk. Charles Hoskinson thinks that it is. I would really like to see some kind of debate or conversation with Charles and Elon. I mean, I would love to, that would be so interesting to me to see how they communicate. Um, Two of the smartest guys alive in their own ways. Um, of course, I like Charles. He's one of my favorite people that exist. Elon, complicated figure. um, can't say everything's bad about him, but can't say everything's good about him either. Visa's trademark application. So this is going to be the final story. Visa's trademark application suggests more involvement in the crypto space. And I'll tell you why I found this article interesting. The company's trademark owner applied for its name to be used in software to view, access, store, monitor, manage, trade, send, receive, transmit, and exchange crypto. It's pretty much all the things you can do with it. And it's not as exciting as it might sound, like, oh wow, Visa's trademark application suggests more involvement. That's a really exciting headline, and it is exciting, but with the actually reading it, it doesn't sound that exciting, because what it's talking about is using, let's see, according to records submitted to the United States Patent and Trademark Office, Visa's International Service Association filed two applications to be used in software to view, access, store, monitor, manage, trade, send, receive, transmit, and exchange crypto assets and non-fungible tokens. The filings also suggested the credit card company may be exploring a move into the metaverse with its namesake in the virtual environments in which the users can interact. And so some reports are suggesting that more than 1 billion Visa cards are in circulation. And it talks about how they've already participated with crypto firms. As you know, the crypto.com card has partnered with them and many others. But here is what I found interesting. The credit card company has announced gradual forays into the crypto space in recent years. In March 2021, Visa said it planned to launch a pilot program allowing its partners to use USD coin. So that was back in 2021. The company also spent, that money to acquire CryptoPunk. So yes, and you can see the US dollar coin has plummeted to $1. And so yeah, partners. So yeah, that means that would be kind of the future, right? If it's using USDC to do instant transactions instead of all the trust intermediaries that are required with Visa. If it's on the blockchain, USD coin, if it's on a blockchain. And now they're going to implement that into everything I read before. So not a huge story with a ton of details, but definitely exciting to see such a major player diving deeper and deeper into crypto every year. 2021, now we're getting to the end of 2022, and it is October 27th, it is still continuing on. And so it's a very exciting time in crypto, and I'm going to now tell you a little bit about some moves I've recently made. I know it's been a minute since I've been on here. I hit the Eternity trade. Not today, obviously. Not this month, obviously, but here. I bought it in around like here. Sold around like here. So I nailed that one. That was nice. I may, I dollar cost average into ADA. Every single week. I dollar cost average into Polygon every single week. And let's see. And so, yes, I haven't been getting too crazy with my crypto trades lately. I've been pretty much just accumulating those two coins and seeing what happens next. I do think there's going to be another leg down at the very least, back down to 1700, probably worse than that. I mean, we looked at the Bitcoin chart before and all the previous price action. A lot of people are getting bullish though right now. I mean, I'm Tom Crown. I was hearing him today say it. Crypto Lifer's been saying it for quite some time that he believes the bottom was in. And so, are we going to have another moment like this, or another moment like this, or are we going to have this little drop off kind of thing going on again? I think we will, but I am hopeful, as I have been since I've been talking about this next price, the real dead cat bounce. We're hoping could be happening right now. I mean, this is the election time. This is whenever politicians in the United States really want the economy not to be collapsing. Donors are pumping out money in various ways. They're also Politicians are incentivizing businesses to support them. To pass the kind of regulations they like. Be like, hey, if you pay me enough money, then I'll pass what you want. And so everybody, it's horribly corrupt. But that is what's going on in crypto. And so maybe I'll take some profits on some of like the optimism that I have. I'm waiting for that to have like, a crazy rise. I'm looking at layer ones. I'm looking at ZK rollups. I'll do a video soon talking more about the coins I'm into and a little bit deeper dives. Everybody's talking about, what's that one? Aptos or something? Um, yeah, so there's Aptos as well. Anyways, I'm gonna have to let you lovers and loners go, but thank you so much for spending your day with me, and stay real and stay free and stay brave.